All right, guys, it's Willow World here, and I got something to talk to you guys today. I want to show you guys something worldy that I found. Well, I didn't find it, but somebody else built it and found it, and I'm just going to show it to you guys. So check this out. So in Lake Superior, there is a lighthouse. This lighthouse is like 26 miles offshore, built in like the 1860s. Okay, I'm going to put pictures up all around. So it's called the Stannard Rock Lighthouse. This lighthouse was built on a reef 26 miles off of shore, 46 miles from port in Marquette, Michigan. The Stannard Rock Reef was founded by Charles Stannard of some fur trading company. I don't know. Anyways, he was rolling through there in his boat and found a shallow reef 26 miles offshore, which is dangerous for big boats and whatnot. Now, Lake Superior is known to eat boats, but this lighthouse is very mysterious. So, this lighthouse takes several hours to get to now by boat, 2 to 3 hours depending on the Lake Superior weather. So imagine in the old days them building this lighthouse. Okay, so this lighthouse is like 78 foot tall, 102 foot tall. If you add on the pier that it sits on, the pier footing, the foundation. Now this lighthouse has nothing around it. There's no land, like the shoal, the reef is under the water. So there's no like land to like walk around on. It's literally the lighthouse only. So you guys will see this pictures. Check this out. It is insane. So this lighthouse is actually dubbed the loneliest lighthouse in the USA, the loneliest spot actually in the USA because of the isolation of the place. But my thing is this old world style. How did they build this thing in the 1800s? Okay. And even once they did build this lighthouse, for them to supply it with oil every day and get a boat out there is just like absolutely amazing. So the average lighthouse burns oil back in the old days 1 to 2 gallons per day, up to 7 to 10 gallons per 24 hours. So imagine 2 gallons to 7 gallons of oil being hiked up this lighthouse every single day and night. Somewhere along the line, like 1907, they went from an old wick and oil to this as a new system. It was called incandescent oil vapor, where somehow they burned kerosene super hot. Like they forced it with air and it burned like super hot and super bright, but it had to be like hand air pumped. So I don't know. Again, I got this off of Wikipedia, and again, you know how this shit goes, guys. None of this stuff ever makes any real legit sense. But the logistics of getting the oil out to this place is crazy. So if you know the stories of Lake Superior, it has taken out many ships. The Edmund Fitzgerald was one of the famous ships. It was like 20 miles from shore, went down with like, I don't know, 24 men on it or something. I talked about that in one of my videos at the Mariners Old Time Cathedral Church. But here's the thing. This is a stag lighthouse out here, meaning there's no family members allowed. It was men only because it's so dangerous. You could have a loss of family members. Most lighthouses, if they're on land, the whole family live there, husband, wife, kids, whatnot. Not this place. This place also could have been the basis of the movie The Lighthouse, which came out a few years back, which is kind of creepy. Now, this lighthouse, there's no known stories of ghosts or anything like that, but just a lot of misery and loosh, I'm sure there. These guys would be stuck out on this lighthouse for up to 3 weeks. They worked like 3 weeks straight shifts, maybe one off. And they would do this for like 3 to 5 years at this lighthouse. Imagine how lonely it was out there. Now, the question is that begs to be asked, kids. When you live in a lighthouse that looks like this, where do you go to the potty? They had no plumbing, no electric, no Wi-Fi, no electricity. I mean, imagine like having to keep a candle lit day in and day out, just like to see at night. And they had to stay up because they had to keep this thing burning. So a lot of this shit just don't make sense. Now, the weather in Lake Superior is just insane. So trying to get a boat out to this place, okay, 3 hours once a week. So where were they putting the oil? Were they stacking it up on around this lighthouse? There was no place for storage, which begs for the other question. Where the fuck did they put all their food at? Where did they put all their supplies? Did they have a wood burning stove? Where would they put wood for this shit? None of this stuff makes sense. All the logistics of this place does not make sense. So, but I don't know. Right now, it's under a restoration process, I guess. Some people are allowed to go see the place. I don't know how we little world would get a permit to go there, but I don't think I need to go there. I can see the pictures and it looks very somber and very lonely. So where the hell did this guy cook? He just threw some logs on the side of the lighthouse and just cooked fish all day? What did he eat? He just kept catching fish and eating fish? Where did he go to the bathroom? He just went off the side of the lighthouse, just like full in, like have a latrine hanging off. He went from the top of the tower and like, there she blows into the wind. No, but this place had zero storage. Where did he hide his food? Did he cook his food up on the light over the oil in the ultra evaporation process? He just had some marshmallows and some weenies every night, and he's just like, all right, I'm gonna go up at the light here, have a smoke, and then maybe I don't know, a drink, and then just cook some marshmallows. It's just me. There's nobody else here. I got no one to please but myself and keep this fucking light lit so nobody crashes in this bloody rock out here, fucking 26 miles in the middle of bloody nowhere. So again, kids, I think I got lots of information on this. If you guys go to Wikipedia or any standard rock lighthouse information websites, they have all kind of weird information on this place, some stories. But I just think the logistics are this place is 26 miles in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, the reef is shallow, but it just don't make sense. And this place is solid. It's been there forever. Man, I have like viaducts and bridges in my town that like are breaking after like 10 years and roads are falling apart. But this lighthouse up here, it's solid. But again, the logistics, how do they keep firewood? How do they keep that thing warm in the winter? Like how radium, like, kids, entertainment purposes only. But you know what we think in this world? We think that it's all lies, but there is other ways, and everything they're telling us about this lighthouse does not add up. But if I find other stuff, you guys find anything about it that I forgot to add, feel free to add it in the comments. Like, follow, share. Check me out on Instagram at Willie Old World, YouTube, and Facebook. And we'll have lots of fun together, and I'll keep it rolling. And I'm going to do lots of boots on the ground work and more videos like this, guys. All right, if I need to do any more, I'll do more on this video. If I miss stuff, the Stannard Rock Lighthouse in Lake Superior. And the gales of November are a bitch. So I don't know how the hell they got all this kerosene and food out to these guys, even if it was only for one person, man. It's crazy. So apparently in the story, 2 guys did almost perish out there because the ice was building up on the lighthouse and they barely got a boat out to save them. So once they took them home, I guess the lighthouse wasn't working for a few days. But yeah, if you just see this place out in the middle of nowhere, it don't make no sense. The loneliest spot on earth, guys. Peace, love, harmony, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.